Well, hello. I've been expecting you. Please come inside.
Nature's chorus sings springtide awakenings in Mr. Rabbit's Symphony of Nature, with a special appearance by Miss Jenny Wren. Rabbits cannot sing. They can do a good many clever and thoughtful things, even some rather prolific things which I shall not touch upon at present, but they simply cannot sing. Armed with this intimate tidbit of self-awareness, Mr. Rabbit took up symphonic conducting. When winter's longest icicle dripped its first melting drop, Mr. Rabbit twitched his impressive rabbit ears. And when the first snowdrop popped its little head up from the mossy undergrowth, Mr. Rabbit wiggled his noble rabbit nose. He stirred from the depths of slumber and followed in the hallowed steps of rabbit ancestry, up, 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 and into the great outdoors. Mother Nature, in all her glorious variety, awaited him. A spring symphony has many key players, from the boisterous members of the choir right down to the nimble fingers who plant spring crocuses in the orchestra pit. But under Mr. Rabbit's careful direction, they came together in balanced harmony, their liquid tones curbed only by a delicate element of control. After all, he didn't want certain band members overexcited. Mr. Rabbit wiggled his luxuriant whiskers, and the Jenny Wren began her solo. If you have ever heard the pleasant gurgling of little streams, you would know her inspiration, that last summer's delight was her music coach. Her song foretold of the season to come. But the grandest symphonic moment was a delicate sound, almost inaudible in its subtlety. It began with a tap and gave way to a beak and a chirp. It was the sound of life softly renewed, unwrinkled and unblemished. It was the sound of hope. As hopeful as things looked for the months ahead, Mr. Rabbit also noticed that stripes were all about him, and he would have to adjust his summer wardrobe accordingly were he to keep up with fashionable trends. But when the squirrels shook their nuts in perfect syncopation, and I have been asked not to draw this, sorry, Mr. Rabbit knew his task was complete. The season could continue nicely without him. He picked some spring blossoms and hopped off to see Mrs. Rabbit, who was awaiting him in their warren below the freshly sprouting earth, with a surprise all of her own. And they were both kept very busy until Christmas. Now, you are always welcome to attend the Symphony of Nature at every bend in the woodland path where birds have something to sing about and where hope still dares to grow. Cheers, everybody.